Okay. So welcome all, right, again. So today just a brief on like what are the steps here. So just you have to bear for some minute and I'll explain this thing. Correct. So see, first day will be just introduction to performance testing. So in that we will be understanding like what the types of software testing, then what is performance testing in that, right? The difference between this functional and performance, some tools, then why it's needed, right? Why performance testing is needed, and yeah, some real-time example. So then understanding performance testing definition, why we need any tool, right? Like JMeter or Loadem. Then uh, then some related points, and then yeah, why to learn JMeter? What is the importance? So this will be discussed, right? So it will be not be a very uh, like uh, like it will be an introduction, a brief session. Then in day two, correct? Day two, we will see about JMeter. Okay? So in that, what we will be talking is like we'll see the introduction, the history about JMeter, and import the websites and what to download, where to download, all the stuff. uh, Little bit understanding how JMeter works. Correct. Then we will see the download part and installing JMeter on Windows and launching it. Correct. So this is how it looks. A JMeter tool looks. So we will see that. So in that also some steps are there, and so that is what it will be covered in that. Then
Your screen is not visible. I'm not sure it's with me only or.
it's visible. You can try rejoining.
All right. All right.
We are
So
able to
then
see. Yeah.
yes, yes.
Okay. Might be from my side.
So then we will see the installation on Mac, right? Because sometimes we may need to work on uh, uh, Mac, right? Then uh, Mac, okay. Then Ubuntu, okay, right? And Ubuntu or Linux. Uh, After that, so we'll see because we have to use on any. So that will be what launching, and then some related stuff on chain, some points to take care and other things. So that will be day two. Then we will be in day three.
I think your voice is breaking. We are.
No, it's completely fine.
Yeah, I'm using like a good. It should be fine, I believe, because
Okay.
I'm on a good internet mode. After that,
Okay.
day three, day four, and day five we will understand performance testing core concept, right? So what will be the core concept? So in that we will understand servers, cloud architectures, right? What we mean by server, then what is the difference between on-prem and cloud servers, correct? Then going and understanding the protocol stuff, and uh, uh, then like performance testing life cycle will be there, so we will understand that, right? And everything will start with understanding some points, right? So in that we will discuss yeah, this PTLC life cycle, and that will start with understanding different scenario, what is a business scenario, then uh, business scenario, yeah, business scenario and transactions, right? What we mean by that, okay? And what is recording and that thing, right? Like basically how to start with, right? And then we will try to understand the HTTP protocol. So that because this HTTP protocol is used as a communication protocol in most of the web application like browsers, mobile, right, web services, microservices. It will have pipe schema. So we will try to understand the embedded resources, the CS file, the JavaScript file. So it all like request response headers, all these things. Right? So I'm just going a little bit fast because many things are there. So request header, methods, right? Status code, then transaction. So all this we will be understanding through network tab, like developer tool will be there. So because that is important. So here, suppose we do anything like Flipkart.com. So do you see some stuff, right? What is that? Correct. And a request here, taking a request and the response which comes in code format and that is rendered. Then you see a CSS file and SVG files, JavaScript files will be there. So that's what. Right? So that is what detailing. That is HTTP protocol and its schema and the yeah, that total schemas. Correct. After that, so understanding transaction, right, from performance testing point of view, then we will understand cache and cookies. So there is a cache and cookies in browser. So what is that? Okay, because these are necessary to understand. Because see, performance testing will do what a user is doing. Suppose you are booking a product on Flipkart, so you will open a website, right, and then you'll choose a laptop or whatever, and then you'll follow those steps, right? So everything happens as a request level. So that request we see here. So and then cookies implementation, all things. So that we have to implement in the tool. So this that's why we have to understand. So that all will be there. Cookies, cache, user session. Then uh, we will understand the architectures, right? Client side, server side. Uh, then application architecture, where we'll understand presentation layer, business logic layer, data manipulation layer, and types of architectures. Right? So we have one tier, two tier. Um, then what these different application architectures are there. So it will all be like understanding the core concept, thin client, thick client, difference between a two tier and three tier architecture, right? Some real time examples are also given. So that will be there. So that will go, I believe, yeah, 3 to 5 or 6 days, right? Days. Then we'll because understanding the core, right? Understanding the basic is important. Then we'll go and start using the JMeter from here. So in that, we will see like already we have installed, but now using, right? So understanding different elements. So like if you right click here and you'll see so many elements. Right? So understanding and using them. So everything starts with recording. So all like 12 major components are there, and each components have some major components, sub components you can say. So on an average, I believe like 60, 70 sub total elements are there in JMeter. And then we will start using some elements, and we will see how they works, right? And how JMeter works. So everything starts with recording in a performance testing tool domain. Basically, now recording is what this request that you see, sir, right? You see, we did a homepage, so we got a request, and then there is a response header, request header, response is there, right? So we have to record that. So now, why all recording anything? That is what we will be understand how that recording happens, right? What are the best practices to involve in that? This the ports and other thing, then filtering of irrelevant requests, embedded resources, right, which are also called as non-HTML resources. So this will be there, and then again, yeah.
Hi, Kumar, one
Yeah.
second. How much programming we have to know for taking JMeter, and what if so? What is the program that will you teach from scratch, or like we have to be aware of?
See, whole programming from scratch will not be possible, but few things I'll explain, like integer, string, right, and then how we can use online resources. Okay. to get our work done. So some real-time use cases I'll explain. So I'll come to that also. Do not.
Okay.
Right.
Thank you.
Yeah. So slowly I'm going and discussing on which day what will be covered. Like so filtering and other thing. Right? So we have to understand. So these topics will be there. And again, there is a certificate concept as well, where you can easily record or access uh, a normal website which do not have H. But all our websites are having HTTPS, means they are secure, right? All Flipkart or whatever. So if you try to directly record or do your work through JMeter, it will not be possible. There, that is where this certificate thing comes in picture, right? So in that also many 3 steps are there. Certificate, importing different browser, regeneration, right? How to do that, and why we should do that. Some use cases and problems. So I like suppose you are facing this problem. So what are the solutions for that? That is. So that this all will be related to the recording, right? Now, once we understand how the recording things like is done, or yeah, um, like uh, how it should be done, and what will be the best practices. So then we will go and understand yeah, day 9. So that will be all this will be 6, 7, and 8 days, 3 days. Right? Then day 9, we will have a walkthrough of JMeter directory. So whenever we will download JMeter, so I just have shown you JMeter software look like this, right? The tool, and these are the files and folders inside JMeter which we will get. So what are they? What is the importance? Even if see there is a bin folder in the JMeter, and what is the importance of these files, right? Then their properties files are there. There if you see all this, and then we have a lib folder where so many libraries are kept. So that's what understanding all that will take 1 day. Some changes we will do. Uh, we have like there are some properties file in this. Anyone like suppose one major properties file is JMeter.properties file, which is this. If you see thousands of lines are there, right? So what their line does, and few changes we have to do to get our work done. Okay, and next, so after that, um, the we will understand about plugin. Like one session will be not one, like 10 or 15 minute session will be there on understanding plugin. What a plugin means? Plugin is like we have seen like the elements, some elements are there, right? Using which we do our work in JMeter. So apart from that, there is a plugin website where additional plugins are there. Now, what is the meaning of those plugins? Like uh, some component that comes not with JMeter. So those we can install right separately. So how to install another thing. So that is what. Then once that is done, then we will take up a scenario. Okay. So initially, I just told yesterday there will be 6 scenarios. Okay. So we'll understand. We'll take up a scenario on the pet store where we'll take. You can use the online, or you can use it. You can host it locally also through Tomcat. Okay. So I'll let you know. So there will be product booking and user registration scenario. Right? We'll do that end-to-end scripting, and then on adapting app, there will be hotel booking and hotel cancellation. Now, to do that scripting right, end-to-end. So if you see, it's not that if you see the steps, so whole complete step is involved here, right? Starting with 1.23 to 4 till 25, or you can say till 24, right? So you see, like this is called enhancement, script preparation and enhancement. So it is a dedicated phase, okay, which takes the major part of preparing the script. Now, right, so in that we'll understand initially with heap size. Heap size is like memory for JMeter, okay. Heap, how to increase that, how to increase on Windows, and the use of tool called JVM. Then we'll start with the recording of the scenario with the best practices, and then enhancement. In the enhancement only, you see all the steps are involved. Use of cookie manager, dynamic values like correlation parameters. So if you see on correlation and parameters on a dynamic value, you might have heard of this as well, right? So a special dedicated session will be there on dynamic values, right? What are they? Why they come? In that also there are conventional values, non-conventional values, right? Why they come, how they come, why we should bother about them, and then where they occur in the script. All we will be discussing. Correct? How to fix them? What are the different elements to fix them in JMeter? How the correlation is done, right? So even the proper steps are there with parameterization. Okay, understanding the point for extracting the value to do the correlation, right? Now, so that will be continued. Like if you see, go back. So that's what dynamic values. Then like preparing the script so that it can run for multiple users, right? Multiple users and with different set of data. Like suppose you have search a laptop. So in that also, suppose you want to search different laptops, right? Or you want to click on searching different laptops. So how that will be done? Any functions or any code that will be used. Okay. Then assertion. Assertion is important thing where uh, we check the response, right? So suppose you have opened a Flipkart and how we will validate that the Flipkart page has came up correctly or not. So all this, right? So error handling is there in that. Then this is parameterizing the uh, port URLs, right? All these stuffs are there. Think time, pacing. Okay, so this stuff is there. So that's what we will cover this, and we will complete two scenario: product booking and user registration. And parallelly with that, we will understand dynamic value. Right, as I said, preparing different types of test data through CSV, right? The relative absolute concept. We will understand regular expression, right? Regular expression is used to extract the values, correct? So in that also detailed sessions is there, like 2 or 3 day session are there on regular expression. We'll also see how to extract the complex regular expression and different use cases, right? So you might extracting value is it's very simple, but there are times where you can get stuck, correct? So uh, that time what other approach we have to use? So the use cases are there. Fine. So we'll prepare a script, right? And we can see here the whole topics. What are the functions we'll be using, random date function, and all these things are there. Error handling, right? So these are there. So I think it will go this many days. Only that like script enhancement, dynamic understanding, dynamic value, regular expression, and all the steps that we have talked about. It is going to take almost 10 days, right? More than 10, 12 days are there. Yeah. Is it because that level of work or knowledge needs to be required, right, to understand. So ramp up, loop count. Okay. Now, similarly, we'll do for user registration, we'll understand some other function, time shift, epoch. Then we'll do for hotel booking and hotel cancellation. And then we'll do a login, correct? Login. And and then there will be one internal application also, which I was talking yesterday, which is showing you to understand a complex level of dynamic value. So I'll open one script here. If you see, like suppose this is a launch and then this is login. So do you see here some values are there, right? Um, here some dynamic value. Uh, so here also. So yeah, right. So I'll make you guys understand it. So like that, there are so many. How to fix that here also. Okay. So that is there. So total, how many we have got now? 2, 4, 6, 5, and 6. This is login. Login. I'll show you this application. What is special in that? If you see, this application look very simple, but if you go and check this network tab, this is the home page. It looks simple, but when we log in, you see it's taking time, and then this is the dash. And so you see there are some calls here, and then there are some call which will be down. So they will come. See, if I'm scrolling down, you see the call just came. They were not there. Now they are coming. You see, and if I'm scrolling, so call means request, right? Request. You see, now they made and they got made, and then these tables were filled, right? So understanding that. So all different use cases which normal like tester or performance tester can face, all will be covered. Okay. So then regular expression here, right? Yes, we just said. After that, we will start with execution. So while the test execution, right? Means once the script is prepared, then we have to execute the test. It will be running for 10 user, 20 user. So what are the steps involved, right? So in that also there are proper steps to follow. Okay. Like you can see here some points that we'll be discussing. What are the commands? Like yesterday, when a person was talking that he was trying to do like 20,000 user load, but all tests were crashing. So how to not get it crashed, right? What are the best practices to follow, right? So I'll be discussing that. Right? Then what are the command that we should use to do the load test and generate the report? In that also tips and tricks are there which we need to follow. Okay? Understanding the test results, right, and the execution. So a JMeter test execution looks like this, if you see. So everything I cannot show you now because it will take very long time. I'm just going on a high level, right? Just giving a brief so that you have extensive idea, okay, how much time and what other things are covered in this PPT and course content. So a test like so suppose one script will take here. You can see this is one step. So here we will be preparing like this only, and there are some transactions are there. You can see for booking products. Right. So whenever you run a test, so basically test. For now, I'm showing here GUI, but test is executed in non-GUI. Now, non-GUI is what it's through command, like this through here. So whenever we execute, right? So what that is what are the command to do that? What are the steps to follow, right? And it looks like this. You see, this is screenshot. Yeah. And then many things related to that test execution only. How we'll get the response time in seconds. Um, what are the other thing that we can tweak in our testing? How to save the logs? Right? How we can do the same thing in GUI and non-GUI. So what is GUI and non-GUI? Is like this is called GUI, right? Where we can see that. And when we do a large user test, right? So as you said, that is done through command here, right? So all the thing, understanding all. Then okay. So now if I give this to you guys also, you can also. This is how it's prepared. You do not have to do any. Even you do not know JMeter, you have to just open and run this. You can have an idea. Right? So we'll see how to prepare with all the best practices. Right? Then after that, this topic like parameterization. So all this covering understanding the report. Okay, report. A report look like this. You see. Let me delete this. Suppose I'll run this. You can see automatically report will also come. And so it is running for one user phone. We can increase the users as well. Let it finish. So you'll see one report will also be understanding that report as well. Yeah, it got generated automatically, right? And we have to open, and this is the report. So here we get the complete details like response time and if any errors are there, all those things, right? So we'll be seeing that as well. So currently it has run for one user. We can run for H number of user you want. So talking about that, okay. So then understanding that report, which we have, what are they, how to read it. In that report, charts are also there. If you scroll here, charts are there. So for now, you see there is no graph here, right? And because we did a small short duration test, if we at least I run it for 5 minutes, we can see some graphs here, but it's still some data is there. And then this is the main table. So how to read that? Okay, so understanding that with all the error codes are there. Right. What are these code? Basically, this code are here only. If you see, you have git request code. So there are total 5 kinds of status. Uh, out of which this 500 is more important. Now, in middle, after that we'll also see this parameterization thing. Now, what is this parameter? Parameterization is used in JMeter, so that suppose this script, right? It is prepared using that parameterization only. So if you see, even if I give it to you guys, okay, you can run, or we can run integrate through Jenkins to run in a CI/CD mode. That time it comes very useful. So that we have to do. Then we'll also understand running a test suite. Now, what is test suite? Like test suite is running multiple scenarios. Now, what is the meaning of multiple scenario? Like suppose we have a Flipkart. Now, on Flipkart, there will be people will be doing product booking. Then some people will be canceling the products. Some people will be raising complaints, right? So when you run multiple scenarios, so how we can do that, right? What is the best way to do that? Correct. Fine. Then so we'll be covering that. So all after that we'll understand different type of performance tests like load, endurance, stress, spike, scalability, volume, capacity. So yesterday some person was asking like what are they and how to do that, right? So we'll see them. There is a term also to understand concurrent and simultaneous user load. Okay. And then this test result analysis. So when we get a result, right, how to do analysis, how to do documentation. So that proper step is, and it follows the PTLC lifecycle as well. So baseline, bottlenecks, benchmark, and we'll understand that. Then there are some terms, or you can say a concept that is used in performance testing. So that you can read as well. Then after that, there is an important rule in JMeter, which is called scoping of JMeter element, or scoping rule, and execution precedence. So this rule is very important to prepare any JMeter script like which we see this. And even in interview, it can be asked, like suppose an interviewer can give you a thing like that, and they can ask you like which will execute first, which will execute last. Can you explain? So for that, we have to understand, right, the execution precedence and rule, right? That we will be covering. Then we'll be talking about distributed testing. Distributed testing is where even everything will be shown as a real time. So we will be using 2 machines, and I'll be showing in real time how we can put this load. What is distributed testing is like yesterday scenario. So if anyone has watched yesterday video, so one person was asking that from one system. Suppose we can put 5,000 or 4,000 user load, right? But we need a total 20,000 to we want to run a 20,000 user load. So how to do that? So in a distributed testing also, like if you see a proper some steps are there to follow. If you see very dedicated and how to do it. Right? What are the preferred way? What will be the limitations that we'll see? Then we will talk about this JMeter InfluxDB and Grafana integration. So it's like we can see how, this is graph. So when we run a test, so you can live monitor the statics. So that's why this setup is done. Okay, InfluxDB and Grafana. So one session will be done on that. Then next will be so proper setup how to do it. You see every step is written and all will be shown. Then we will see this JMeter and Jenkins integration, and this only will be like learning the extended concept as well. CI/CD, then Git is there, GitHub is there, correct? GitHubs right there. That will be learned. Then he came fine. After that, so it will be till D33 or around that day 33 or 34. Then we will be talking about elements. So JMeter, like so many elements are there, like as we have seen. So what are the important element and what is their use, when to use, what to use, correct? All in detailed way. So that will be covered. So yeah, you see threads are there, controllers are there. What will be covered here, I have highlighted here. Then we have controller. In controller also there are some programming controller like switch controller, if controller, while controller, how we use them, right? They work on programming kind of thing. So we have while if in programming language, right? So like that. Then yeah, so controllers, samplers, correct? So config elements, all are there. Then we have post processor, preprocessors, assertions, right? To verify the response. And then we have listeners. Timers are there, timers and listeners. Timers are used to control the TPH, and plus they are used to introduce think time pacing in our script. Okay, so what is think time and other things? So that is what we will understand. Right? It may be new. How to simulate a Black Friday or Big Billion Day kind of scenario and do a testing for that, right? So yeah, timer, one of the timer is used for that. Then there is a rule also. There is a formula which is called a Little's law in performance testing. So we'll understand that also in interview. That this is also asked. Right? Some examples are also given. Then there are listeners. Listeners are what are used to see the result. So if you see, these are called listeners, where we see the results. So after finishing this, then we will start the coding. Right? Coding. So in coding, we'll take Java, Groovy. So Groovy is a scripting version of Java. And then there are BeanShell elements and JSR223 elements in JMeter. So we will start with that, and we'll see how to do the coding, right? What is the difference? Correct? And then we'll take some use cases. Okay, so real-time use cases. So we'll start with variable, integer, string, how to print some value. We will do a mathematical operation, right? With real-time value, real-time. So one real-time example I'll show you. This is asked in interview as well. So for an example, suppose very simple. We'll go to a very simple website, but do not worry about website. Understand the concept. Concept is important. So let us say, suppose you are selecting a fish, and you have 4 fishes, right? And you are selecting dog, and you have 6 dogs. And if any user is selecting cats, so he has 2 cats. Now requirement is that okay, after selecting fish, anyone suppose you can select any like goldfish or angelfish, and if you click, then again male female kind of thing we have to choose. right? So same dog is there. Suppose you are choosing golden retriever or whatever. So we have one again, male, female, whatever available. And same goes cat and reptile as well, right? You can see. Now, in interview, like they can ask that suppose one user wants to pick this second last. So if we see how many items are here, 4 items, right? And last one is fourth, but second last is third, right? Third, correct? And so one user who wants to pick fish, so he should pick. After that, you should choose the third fish, correct? Third, which is second last, right? Technically, it's the second last. And then suppose one user is there who is picking dog, and if you see for him there are six, yeah, six terms. Last is sixth, and second last is fifth, right? Fifth. So we want the second user or any user who is picking dog should pick the second last. Now second last is here, which is that it's a fifth item, right? So there you'll be needing some coding, correct? And many concept array concept is there in regular expression, and then v function is there, and coding is also required to do that. It's not a straightforward. So that's what. Okay, we'll also see mathematical operation, and so likewise there are use cases. Then writing correlated values. So let us say suppose you are doing a registration scenario on any website. Suppose you are going to Flipkart or Gmail, right? Or every website has a registration. User has to register, right? Like if you go and do sign up. Create account. So registration. So same after registration, if you want to write all those things to a file, correct? All this test data to a file. So how to do that? So for that again we need coding. Correct. Suppose you have booked products on Flipkart and you want to write all those booked detail thing to a file. Correct. Everything you want to write to a file, right? You pick the laptop and how much was the value, which type of laptop you have purchased, all this thing you want to print to a file. Right? File means to a file like here. Right? Yeah, this is called file. Here you want to print. So how we will be doing that? Right? So we need coding. So those are the use cases. We'll be understanding. On that same line only, there are some other examples as well. Example of BeanShell, and yeah, all these are there. Then we have example of while controller. Okay, switch controller. Switch controller is like jumping to different transaction. It means that suppose you try to do login and then you are trying to click on a product right after login. But if that is not working, then you want to jump to some other transaction. How we will do that? Right. So we have to apply some condition and then use then while control. So all this while we have if we have while in programming language, we have switched. So all this thing works on that programming concept. We only need to understand like how it's implemented, and these are some interview questions as well. Okay, so one scenario I can tell you, like suppose next interview question is which is also complex. So suppose user is adding one product, you can see here, to cart. So this product is added to cart. Nice. Now requirement is that suppose the interviewer can ask like subtotal, right? You see cart value if it is greater than equal to 200, or right, if this value if it is greater than equal to some given value, let us say 200, then only the user will go and do the product booking, right? If it is less than 200, so user should go back and add another product. If you see, if I add another product, any another random product, so you see it's increasing, right? It increased, but it still it didn't become 200. So again, it will go back and it will add, should add. So it should keep on adding till it becomes 200 or more. So like that, then this is one very good interview question where people are asking, like you may not understand this now, but this is a general question everyone is asking, like suppose a token is expired. Token means a dynamic value. Okay, so if it is expiring every 15 minutes or every 20 minutes, how we will regenerate and I will continue with the test, right? So like that. So these are the use cases where we'll use coding and understand um, how coding is done in JMeter, right? From with real-time use cases, and as I said, the important interview questions as well. Okay, with real-time scenarios. Right? So there you'll get the idea as well, like how code is used, and even if you do not know code, so how you can implement that, right? We will understand, because if you see this is JMeter and here nothing is there like to write a code, but still we write a code. So for an example, one if you see here, one code is written. Okay, this code is converting string to uppercase, like we have pet, right? Suppose that there is a pet like dog, and then we have to make it like this dog. All this will be a small, and only this will be capital. So how to do that, right? And that is important. So when we prepare a script, we have to, in between, sometimes we have to write this code, right? So like that. Then we'll talk on REST API. So we came here. Yes. So we came to day 46 where we'll talk about REST. So that is what API testing, which is very easy. If you have done with all those above things, these are very easy stuff. Then database query testing, DB queries testing. Right? There are databases, um, and their queries is tested. So we can test it using JMeter for multiple users. Then some other scenarios are also there. File download, file upload, uh, some other JMeter functions. So many will be covered. You see, there are 40 functions are there. We'll be covering many of them, which some of them will be taken separately. Right? Then there are third-party way of recording also. There is a BeanShell concept as well. So that also will be covering. Then there are two more concepts here: IP networks. So that will be there. Sorry. Then there will be like 4 or 5 days on engineering part where we'll be seeing using AppDynamics, Dynatrace, and some other tools. Right, we will understand what is heap dump, thread dump, garbage collection. What are the Linux command to monitor a Linux server? What are the command to, or how to monitor a Windows server? Correct. And what are the matrices that we monitor? So that will be there. Using AppDynamics, Dynatrace, we'll see when we are doing load test. So where we go and check the thing and what things we check. Like if you see any application becomes slow, right? If the this performance testing, why it is done? It is done to if you see any application, it generally performance testing, why it is done? Performance, right? Performance means a website is slow. So we have to make it fast, right? So if any website is slow, now slow, how will know that? So you'll know only when you'll be running a test, right? And then suppose you ran for 100 users or 1,000 users, and then you see the response time is coming very high. So it will tell you slowness, right? Now, now, yeah, right. So how it becomes slow, and if it becomes slow, where to monitor? Right? What things to monitor? We have to identify the problem so that the slowness can be fixed. So that is where we use this tool. So we'll be seeing that, and this is the way by which we'll be completing it our code. So you can see it's completely like 55 days. Right, will go right, and so this is a script. You, if anyone want this, I can give you right now. Also, you can run and just see how things work. No need to do anything. So this is how a script is prepared, so that like it completely comes in CI/CD. Like anyone can run. Like, no tweaking is needed. So this is one example. Like that, we'll be covering 6 examples. Then related to regular expression and complex dynamic value, some people were having query. So a detailed session will be there. You can see. And I think I've shown you one application also, right, where one script where multiple values were there. So that is. So this is how. So today, like I've almost shown like whole course content, right, and all the parts of that. Right? So with day-wise topics segregated, right? And I think every topic is mentioned here. And once you complete this, then you can easily crack any interview 3 to 4 years of experience. So fine, right? So any queries till now? So from tomorrow, we'll start from day. And some many thing I have explained yesterday also. Like, what are the scenarios and which application we'll be using? Many stuff I have shown yesterday as well. Today we had an overview of what we'll be doing. Right? So like, see, everything I cannot open and so, right, but because it's just a brief of course, like what are those things and yes, where are those points, right? If anyone will be having a doubt, that doubt should be clear. Many things I've explained now. So that's fine. So yeah, I think we are good for today. Any doubt you have, you can ask. Tomorrow.
Sir, yesterday you said
And
that
from tomorrow we'll start. Yeah.
Yeah, like yesterday you said that you have added new topics, especially from this batch, right? So can I know, like, will you please show those things just once?
Yes. They are like this AppDynamics Dynatrace, right? And then some extended coding and Jenkins, GitHub. They are there. And understanding some performance engineering, these technical concepts, right? This monitoring part. Okay, so
Yeah, hi, Vallabh. So are you going to just touch upon this lighthouse concept also?
Lighthouse, yes, I think
That is client side you are covering, right?
client side, you can use Selenium WebDriver. And
yeah, because in this that I saw that 48, 49 you mentioned that HER, yeah, Fiddler here on 51 HER Fiddler. So this, if you touch up on the lighthouse, that would be grateful for us.
now this HAR and Fiddler is used for recording of this. It has nothing to do with client side, like this request that we see in network tab. So if JMeter
that is the
able
extra
to,
topics. That's what that is the extra topic. So that's why I asked if you are going to cover lighthouse concept or not.
why not? Lighthouse is very simple. It's here only. You can simply click on page analyze, and it will analyze the page for you. Like what is there to cover? It's a very simple tool. See, it is auditing that Flipkart page. It's just reloading, and it will come up with the analysis. Okay, it's 86% good as per Lighthouse. Where is the problem and some tweakings? It will give. It like reduce the unused JavaScript file and all detail it is giving. You see, right? So yeah, nothing to do and nothing to start. It's a default tool of Chrome. You have to just click and then do analyze. It will give analysis of the page.
Yeah. Okay.
And yeah, you can print and download this summary. So this is what it had done analysis for Flipkart homepage on the go. So where are some problems that has also been highlighted in red color, and it explains also in which which file script which is taking more time, which can be enhanced more. Okay. Anything else? Any queries? If no queries, then we'll continue from tomorrow, right? We'll meet tomorrow. So from tomorrow, it will be day 1. We'll be starting with the core, like the basics, which I still didn't do. Actually, it was supposed to be done yesterday only, but yesterday there were so many queries of people, right? So whole time wasted in that. So we'll start from there. Okay. And slowly we'll move like this. So there will be no jumping. All topics and sequence, one after another. So do not expect that I'll jump directly to some other topic because it's a course, right? Like how we read a book. So something we read in class 5 and then class 6 and then that is covered in class 7, right? So topics are not repeated or are sequential, right? The topics you learn in class 5, you have to apply in class. So like that, okay? Everything is there. Like fine.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Take care. Good night.